Amazing grace, how sweet, sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
Listeners and viewers, yes, welcome to Rebel Radio. Today is Monday, first working day of the week, and as usual we have your plate chock full of interesting information for you. Yes, we are going to start our program this evening by going over to Guyana. You know that we keep in touch with our Caribbean neighbors to find out what is happening to our people. Because at Rebel Radio, we maintain that the Caribbean people are one people. We must never forget that. And we have with us senior Guyanese journalist, Mr. Adam Harris with us. Adam, good evening, how are you? Hello, Adam.
Hi, Desmond, how are you?
Well, I am supposed to be okay, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Check with the doctor to make sure.
Yes. Well, one thing I can say that you are going to be having a very good Christmas. I would like you to share with me some of that $200,000 that the government has decided to give out to the Guyanese people.
My friends, and my Jamaican brothers and sisters who are listening, it sounds good. A long time ago, a Guyanese professor, Clive Thomas.
Yes.
He said, with the oil resources, every household should be given at least $1 million. That was then, and the government just mocked it. In 2022, the opposition said, look, you have got a windfall from oil because of the rising prices, with the Ukraine war.
Yes.
We got a windfall of about $300 million that we never budgeted for. We did not expect it. It came. The opposition said, share the money, share this windfall with the Guyanese people. The government said it will fuel inflation. Earlier this year, when the teachers went on strike, asking for a 20% increase in pay, that would have come up to about 15 billion Guyana dollars. The government said, you're mad? Inflation, we can't do that. Now, our countries, like Guyana, the Caribbean, we have a census every 10 years. And in 2012, those figures were released. The 2022 census, this is 2024, and we do not have those figures. The government kept it on the wraps. The word is that it doesn't make them look good in terms of population. It doesn't make them look good in terms of employment. It doesn't make them look good in many other factors. Those figures have not yet been released. But the cost of living has gone up, my brother. A man who was working for 800 Guyana dollars a day back in 2016.
Yes.
And he was better off than today. He's a driver, one of these bus driver, robot drivers, the robots like what you got, eh?
Yes.
He said he's getting close to 20,000 Guyana dollars a day, and he can't even save a cent. The cost of living has gone through the roof. Plantains that used to sell for 60, 70 Guyana dollars a pound, now 300 Guyana dollars a pound.
Wow.
And many, many, many other things. Tomatoes, 500 Guyana dollars a pound. At one time, it was 1,000 Guyana dollars a pound. The cost of living has gone through the roof. Our poverty level in this country is now at about 45%. And the opposition was calling on the government to have what you call a cost of living increase, adjustment. You put some money in the system to correct the cost of living. The government said, no, we can't do that. All of a sudden, on Thursday, the president announced this $200,000 for every household.
Yes.
It sounds good, but there is a problem. What is a household for them? We have squatters. Will they be counted? We have the Amerindians in the interior who move from place to place. Will they be counted? We have the poor of the poor. The people who are sleeping on the streets, they will get nothing because they are not in a home. We have the people in what we call the palms, it's a senior citizens institution. They will get nothing because they are not in a household. So the poorest of the poor are excluded. Then we go to the rich, the very, very rich.
Yes.
Because they have a home, they will also get this $200,000. That's perhaps drinks money for them. because they were able to cope. They have the money, they have the resources. But everyone, every government minister, the president, everybody will get the $200,000 there.
Yes.
Now, let us say I am living in a house and I have my son who has a wife, and I put him in an apartment downstairs. The house is mine. Would he be counted as a household? We don't know. The Vice President Barajagio says to determine the household, he said the census said 260,000, but he believes it's more than 300,000. We don't know which figures he's using.
Yes.
So we have that issue. He is going to go to the Guyana Permanent Light, that's the people who give you a light bill, and he's going to check their data to determine household. But we have people who live in squatter settlements who don't have lights.
Yeah.
Will they be considered because their names are not on the Guyana Power and Light records?
Yes.
We have people who have what you call like tenement yards, for example, with 4 or 5 apartments. Will you go to every apartment and count them as a household? Or will you just look at a lot number and say 222 Princess Street is one lot, that's one household.
Yes.
Well, that lot has a house with 6 families. Will that be considered? So we do not know how they will count households.
Yes.
We do know that the rich will benefit, but we do not know how the people who really deserve it, the very poor people, will benefit. And that's an issue at the moment. There is another issue where the president said the money would be shared immediately. The vice president says 1 day later, this thing could take as long as 5 months. I don't know who's running the country. People are going to be very happy when they get that money in the beginning. But my brother, the reality is that these people are already in debt, and it's a one-off payment. Now, $200,000 divided by 12 ones, 12 and 8, let us say it would come up to an average of 16,000 Guyana dollars a month, which does nothing for the cost of living. Does nothing for that, because that $16,000 would be eaten up. What happens when that money is finished? You're back to square one. So it sounds good. Some people would have disposable income, some people have debt. They will take that money, which in reality is about 1,000 US dollars. And you will pay your debt. By the time you're done, you might have something to buy some food in your house for Christmas.
Yes.
When Christmas is gone, you still have nothing, so you go back to the high cost of living, you go back to struggling, you go back to borrowing, and the cycle continues all over again.
Yes.
It sounds good. It's an immediate relief. I come to you and I borrow $20. I get immediate relief. I can go and I can buy some edibles, some cassava, something, and I can cook one meal. When that is done, what happens to me tomorrow?
Yes.
I have to go somewhere else to get some more money. Meanwhile, when all of that is adding up, at the end of the day, I have to repay. So it sounds good.
Yes.
When we look at our oil receipts, my brother, the government could have done much better for the people.
I also saw where the government had indicated that public sector workers who will earn less than $100,000 monthly by the end of 2025, and also that they are injecting Guyanese 10 billion one-off injection into the national insurance scheme so as to provide benefits to pensioners who are now receiving Guyanese $43,500 monthly.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's look at, I'll deal with the last one. The national insurance scheme. When this government was in power between 2000 and 2008 or 10, this government invested the money in CLICO. I think you know of CLICO, the insurance company. That's right.
Yeah.
We lost $36 million in an investment in the Bahamas because it failed. We lost more money, and the money came from the NIS. Yeah. They say they were investing the NIS money. A lot of the money for the NIS was invested in faulty projects and therefore was lost.
Whoa.
We built a bridge, the Borbies River Bridge. Now that should have been a public-private partnership program. Again, the government went into the NIS and took that money. They did not do a feasibility study. We don't know how many cars would be using this bridge a day and all of that. We did not know. That bridge lost money from day one. NIS never, ever got back its money. So when the government says we're putting $10 billion into the thing, it's not a gift. It's money that they squandered.
Okay.
They wasted the NIS money in the first instance. So what you're trying to do is more or less make a limited repayment to the NIS so that it could continue its operation. Because the NIS keep telling a lot of people who are applying, oh sorry, your records are not in order, we cannot process. We had one man who had to wait 10 years to get his NIS pension.
10 years?
And we have, yes, some people went to court. So now, we still have a lot of people out there who can't get their money because they tell me, well, not me, even me. There are 10 years of my records that they cannot account for. And that was as far back as, oh boy, 2002. No, I cannot find those records as yet.
Yes.
And largely because I am not running behind them. But there are many people in my position. So when the government says I'm giving you $10 billion, first of all, you look at that $10 billion and the inflation that was there before. It doesn't take into consideration the amount of NIS money that the government wasted. No, you talked about, we talked about the 200,000. The public servants who are to get $100,000 a month. My brother, that's $500 a month.
Yes.
Divide 500 by 30, that's 30 days in a month, and you get 3 months, 3 and 2. It works out to about $17 a day. $17 a day. That is going to be the base salary. Now you try to picture a man trying to live on $17 a day. He has a wife and children. These children have to go to school. They have to eat. They have to get clothes. If they are sick, this man must pay medical bill. You say the hospital is free, but that's another problem. We can discuss that another day. So this man really is remaining in poverty. If you are going to give him $100,000 or 500 US dollars a month in the end of 2025, what is he getting now? How is he living? You see, one of the things, and a long time ago I did an article, when we throw out figures, because of the low value of our currency and the large numbers that we throw out, people on the outside, in their mind, they see it as their dollars. So it looks fantastic. In reality, it's about half of that. In your currency, for example, it's about 60% of that. Yes. 60% of that kind of money. Can people really live on that? And that is why poverty is on the increase. Some people go to bed with one meal a day. Children go to school hungry.
Adam, earlier on you said something about 42%. The poverty rate in Guyana is 42%. Did you say is that correct?
That's the poverty level. 42% of our country is living in abject poverty.
That is unbelievable, Adam.
I'm in area.
I said that is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's there. The figures are there. If we go to the United Nations report online, you will see it. 33% live in poverty. That's 1 in every 3 Guyanese. 45% are very, very poor. They have no home. They live in shacks. They scramble for a living, And this is supposed to be an oil-rich country. And that's why I don't boast to anyone that Guyana is oil-rich. That means nothing to the man in the street.
Yes. No, those numbers are startling. Really, really. I didn't know that the levels of poverty could be so high in Guyana.
My friend, it's there. It's there. I mean, anytime there are these country reports, you just go and look at them and they will tell you the state of affairs. Because we tend to look at things at face value. And we do not really see it. If you come to visit Guyana, you would go to a hotel. And when you're walking around, there are warnings, don't go in this area and don't go in that area. But if you decide to go in that area, you will see how poor people live.
Yes.
And that's why the crime rate in the very poor area is so high. Because the people want money to eat. They want money to live.
Yes.
So it's a reality, my brother. It's a reality.
So, in fact, what you are saying that this $200,000 will not reach the poverty-stricken people, Guyanese, will not.
That is correct, because they may not have a home.
Yes.
These are people who, or even if they have a shack somewhere with no water, no electricity, we don't know that those people will be counted as a household.
Yes.
We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what it is.
Boy, that is very
those
sad.
with money,
very sad, Adam.
and a
very
stable lifestyle, yeah, they will get. But the people who need it will not get.
Yes. Well, Adam, as you know, we have to keep on talking about these, looking at these incident, look at the situation, look at how the people are living. Because as we say on Rebel Radio, that we are one people. And therefore, what we would hope is that the government will take will be more considerate in ensuring that Guyanese benefit from the oil wealth. I want to thank you very much for today.
Okay, my friend.
Yes, and as we say, to be continued. Thank you very much, Adam.
Okay, brother, I'm here.
Yes. That was senior Guyanese journalist, the Adam Harris. Yes, telling us about what is happening, the situation in Guyana. No, it is what he's saying there that unbelievable. Okay, this is Rebel Radio. Let us go for a break.
Service stations are the fastest, coolest service stations around. Drive through and buy your phone cards from Cool Biz. Yes, it's easy. No paper, no pin. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshments at the lowest prices. The cleanest restrooms and the smoothest service to make your drive even cooler. From the fastest, coolest service stations, get cool service and cool stuff fast at Cool Oasis service stations island-wide.
How would you like the protection you want when you want it? With Guardian Link, you can go from one click to totally covered with 24-hour access to a range of plans designed to cover the people you care about. From critical illness and retirement to investment opportunities. Application is easier, approval time is quicker, and you experience even more convenience with 24/7 online access. So get connected with Guardian Link today. Visit guardianlink.myguardiangroup.com and live secure. Live easy.
Everyday living, we make it worthwhile. We real value. Oh, what a style! From kitchen to bathroom, a whole heap of tile. Home and things for everyday living. Fix up your home, fix up every room. Shop every day, shop real value. Pictures and faucets to catch your eye. We have the options, we have the style. Everyday living, so versatile. People real value. Oh, what a style! Lowest price guarantee on everything you see. Home and things for everyday living.
JPS said your fist to your current. That's right. Update your cell phone number and email address with JPS and stay in the know on important details like account and system upgrades, emergency and maintenance notifications, usage and promotional info, and so much more. Use the My JPS mobile app, DM them online, or call to update your info today. And whatever you do, stay current. JPS takes the security of your data very seriously. Visit the JPS website at www.jpsco.com for more information. JPS, powering what matters.
It's the Everybody Sale at New Budget Supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and foam ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, insects and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagley Park Road. Telephone 923-4560. New Budget Supplies. Always the best prices.
It's Tools Hardware and Supplies New Year New Finishes Sale! Unbelievable for the low prices all month long. Shop for your new finishes for your bathroom, kitchen, living room.
Porcelain and ceramic tiles, windows, doors, paints, and more.
And remember, when you think tiles, think tools. For the finest quality at the lowest prices. Shop now.
So, come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road,
or online at tuesday.com. Tools!
The Lion King of Hardware.
Yes, welcome back to Rebel Radio. Yes. And we are going to go over to St. Elizabeth now and talk with Councillor Leighton Smith. Councillor Smith, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes. And I know that your division was one of those divisions that was badly hit, the residents there, by Hurricane Helene. I know that.
Hurricane Beryl.
Hurricane Beryl. Thank you for that correction. Hurricane Beryl, not Hurricane Helene. Hurricane Helene hit Florida, right? And not Hurricane Beryl hit us. Hurricane Helene hit Florida, right?
Yes.
So, what I would like to know is what is happening in your division right now?
Well, absolutely, I don't see nothing happening in my division. Since July 3rd of that hurricane, there are a lot of residents within my division who are affected.
Yes.
We should blown out some of them fully, some partially, and farmers, especially poultry farmers, are almost wiped out. Since that I have seen little nothing being done to those citizens. Some persons have started receiving some funding, some grant to Ministry of Labour and Social Security.
Mm-hmm.
Some persons I know have received up to last week Thursday. But it's a small portion of persons have been receiving these help. So I don't know what's taking so long for the help to reach some of these citizens.
Yes.
Who are really suffering. I know, for example, last week persons called me that when we got the rain last week and the week before, they were getting wet because they still have tarpaulin on their roofs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else can do. I make recommendation to Ministry of Labour and Social Security to investigate these cases. Some were done, some are not yet done. In case of the farmers, especially poultry farmers,
yes,
a lot of them still can't start back, not even to rebuild their coop, but to get closer to buy chicken. I've reached out to RADA, or some names to RADA, they have done some investigation. Again, only a few farmers to date from my division. Of all who have recommended for RADA to do investigation, I know of one lady who got 50 chicken and some feeding.
Mm-hmm.
I've known probably about 10 or 12 farmers who got about a fertilizer. Nothing else.
Boy.
Some got about a fertilizer and a little seed, but nothing else, nothing major to talk about.
Uh-huh.
And I keep asking the question, what do the government expect these persons to do to get back on their feet? Especially those who doesn't have a roof over their head. It's still tarpaulin on the roof.
Let me ask you a question, because your division was not the only division where was battered. Now, what is the situation with the councillors, your JLP counterparts whose division, residents in their division were also badly damaged? What happened? Is it the same? Is it nothing being done for them?
I don't know if you see me. I heard some of the JLP councillors complain also that funding are reaching their citizens in their area still very slow also. Yeah. But to be honest with you, I can't tell you how much. But what I can say, for the constituency that I am a part of, Southeast Elizabeth,
yes,
We are living complaints from almost everybody. Almost everybody. If you go into the Yali Church, Southfield area, parts of Bullsam, the same thing, some of the persons who are affected are getting some farmer funding, but this is very slowly. I know, for example, 2 sisters who lost the entire roof of their house. I know one of them get the first installment of $150,000. I'm not receiving the next one. $150,000 can't even start to replace that roof.
Yes.
Right? So it seems like it is very widespread. And I also heard the Minister of Agriculture on here saying that they have distributed over how many thousand bags of fertilizer island-wide. St. Elizabeth, especially southern St. Elizabeth, is a food basket of Jamaica.
Yes, yes.
And I'm telling you that Southeast Elizabeth has produced at least 1/8 of the military for this country. Right? And I can tell you that the farmers are suffering the need to get back on their feet to start putting crops so that they can bounce back. Majority of these farmers still don't see the help coming. Honestly, I don't see the sales for RADA because some of the farmers who have gone to RADA would have told me that when they go to RADA and ask for help, they were told that they have, before they have to go through the member of parliament. I don't know why I have to go through the member of parliament. I know for sure that in my division, I know some of the supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party have been getting help.
Yes.
But when it comes to supporters of the people that are party, they're not getting help. That's the thing they should be getting. And I don't think in a disaster it should be about color, whether you're orange or you're green. Help should go to whosoever need the help and not to support you.
No, sir.
And I can make it categorically clear that since this hurricane July 3rd, my member of parliament have not even given me a call to say, Councillor, what's happening in your area? What help can I do? I've never. And when I was at finance meeting even today, and I see the allocation that comes to the member of parliament in St. Elizabeth towards disaster, towards social housing, all those allocations have come, and my member of parliament says nothing to me. Nothing to me. He didn't even call to say, Councillor, submit me 5 names. I can see here where a lot of rehabilitation. I'm looking at the farm here where I can see real welfare, additional housing, I can see emergency, I can see hurricane very breakdown from members of parliament.
Yes.
That's Elizabeth. And my member of parliament has never yet called me, shelter recovery, basic housing material from my member of parliament of $1 million. Economical rehabilitation welfare assistance $2 million. I'm not even being given a call as an elected councillor from Southeast Elizabeth, from the member of parliament to even say submit 2 million or 3 million for some basic house material that it is allocated for, or for some welfare assistance from my member of parliament. So I'm wondering, are these money allocated to given to supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party only, or is it allocated for everybody who have been affected?
Yes.
These are some of the questions I need to get answers for. We need to get answers for some of these because, as I said, I have issues with my hand right here. Right? Just coming from finance meeting.
Yes.
And the rest of the things that I saw the funding have not gone to the member of parliament, but because maybe I'm in, and from the other side, You have not called me.
You can share that document and you can send a copy of that to me, please.
Definitely, because it is already published. I can send it. Because I have to pay something to it.
Yes, I will send you give you my email address and you'll email it to me. Because
yes, I can.
Because as you pointed out, and that is the correct thing, that those benefits is for the victims, the hurricane victims, not for party members.
Definitely.
No.
It is titled as EDF Project Hurricane Beryl OPM breakdown as under $10 million for the members of parliament for Elizabeth.
Yes.
And it breakdown for Southeast for Northwest for. But I see breakdown here for all 4 members of parliament.
Yes.
And as I said, I have not seen my member of parliament have never called me or even give me a message to say, Councillor Smith, submit me 2 or 3 names for some help. Never. Never. And I keep saying this over and over. Mr. Witter is member of parliament from 2016 to date. 8 years now. Over that 8-year period, the only thing I have received to give anybody from my individual was 1 black drum and 5 bags of fertilizer.
Yeah.
But I asked him and he gave them to me. He have never yet called me and said to me, say, Councillor Smith, submit me some names for this. Councillor Smith, submit me some names for that. But the other 3 JP councillors get their call, do their submission, and get people get what they want. So I'm wondering, that money is going in a partisan way, and it should be stopped. It should not be done. When I get my kids back to school, I want everything. I don't pick up in PNP supporters alone. I give JP who ask me who need it. So I don't see why the member of parliament keep me in this.
No, sir, that is not correct at all. That is not correct. Not correct. No. In the meantime, I know that the power supply was restored, so you don't have that problem again, right?
No, I don't have my places to do through the division. It's only that you have 1 and 2 issues going on, but that can be understood.
Yes.
What is my concern is, especially for these persons who lost their rope and who are not in the position to remove their house. They just can't afford it.
Yes.
And the help is not coming their way. I know some person get $20,000 last week. I'm to be honest with you. If you lost 10 feet of zinc from your house, which also causes the water to damage your solid, your ceiling, 30,000 is nothing to start.
Yes, sir.
You can get a sheet of zinc less than $3,000. A sheet of like this is running near $2,000. You have to buy meal and workman. If this can't, we give thanks. It's somehow somewhere, but something will need to be done. I don't know, but I'm calling upon the minister or the Ministry of Labour and Social Security to do something better. To do something better for somebody's residents.
And the Minister of Agriculture need to pay more attention to St. Elizabeth. St. Elizabeth is the food basket.
And the problem about it, the Minister of Agriculture, Mining and Fisheries, and his deputy, the State Minister, both of them are from St. Elizabeth.
Yes,
State Minister
that's the way their constituencies are.
Yeah, the State Minister is from Southeast Elizabeth, the member of Parliament for Southeast Elizabeth, the Minister, the member of Parliament for Southwest Elizabeth. And those are the 2 major constituencies that.
You have a number for your MP?
Yeah, I have one of them. That's from share with you.
Yes. Yes, please.
I don't know if you change it, but when you call me, not getting in. If you send a WhatsApp message, it's still not replying. So I don't know. I am, to be honest with you,
Yes.
I'm really frustrated with the whole situation because politics should not run like this. Politics should not be, when it comes to need, it should not be that way. Also, not because they don't support you, you should be treated. You want to get it, you know?
Yes, you can give it to me.
427
Yes, sir.
5954. That's the number for the member of parliament.
Okay. 5954, and that is Mr.
Something with her.
Mr. Witter. Yes. We're going to try and call him up because the people, he's member of parliament for the entire constituency.
Yes, I know I've made requests to rather to give some person chicken, and one of the lady text me and said she will give 25 baby chick with 2 bags of feed.
Yes. Okay. And in the meantime, what is the parish council doing? By the way, councillor, what about the water? Your residents, your constituents, they're not having any water issues?
Yeah, we still have water issues, but to be honest with the parish council, so allocation came from the ministry and my minister, and it was done. I did get about 15 liters of water, which is basically not dropping me in the bucket, but I have to give thanks for that because I got some water after the hurricane and we distributed. Right now, I will take some more water right now because I know that I can my division without NWC water.
Yes.
They have to just rely on rain water harvesting when they can get some water.
Their own water.
Right, or when they can get some water from the municipal corporation.
Boy, it is really challenging for the people down there, councillor. It is not easy at all. Yes, I can well imagine because we are in the rainy season. We are still in hurricane season. So I know that the rains are coming, so people without whose roofs are damaged, they must be inconvenient. I know that, right? And
I know I have gone to somebody's house over the weekend, which I have to purchase 2 more tarpaulins and give that person because the one that ran it, the breeze and the sun and everything damage it.
yes,
So I have to purchase 2 more new tarpaulins and give them just over the weekend here,
yes, sir.
so that they can come because we might be getting some rain over the weekend or through the week.
Yes. It is really distressful to hear that, councillor. So the farmers are still on the back foot. They're still recovering. No help. And the houses are still damaged. No help either. So the people in Southeast Division, there in your division, they are crying out for help.
Yes, really crying out for help.
Yes. I am going to try and reach out to the member of parliament to find out if as a matter of fact, hold it there, Councillor Smith, hold it there, just hold it there. Yes. Let us try and get, see if we can make some contact with the member of parliament. Let me see if I have him in my... No, I don't have him. I don't have him at all. Well, Councillor?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. What we are going to do, we are going to make some effort to link up with the Member of Parliament, right?
Yes.
And to find out, what is happening, why the people, why he's not reaching out to offer assistance to the people. And I'm going to, as I said, give you my email address.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to WhatsApp my email address to you so that you can send that information to me. So
okay, no problem.
Have a discussion with your Member of Parliament. Right?
No problem. No problem.
Yes, sir. So until then, I want to thank you very much, Councillor.
Okay, and thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. So a pleasure.
Okay, thanks.
It was Councillor Leighton Smith. Yes. You heard what he said with the situation in his division. Yes. It's really, really, really challenging. Okay, this is Rebel Radio. Coming up next is Be Sure. Let us take a break. Me as a audio now, I know. Me as a visual.
Fastest, coolest service station.
Fix up every day shop real value. Pictures and plastics to catch your eye. So versatile. Real value, cool for the style. Lowest price guaranteed. Everything
Stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshments.
Your current gas right. Update your cell phone number, email address with GPS and stay in the know on important details like account and system upgrades, emergency and maintenance communications, usage and promotional info, and so much more. Use the My GPS mobile app there for online or protection you want and whatever you want. You can go from one place to security of your data for our access. Storage plans designed www.gps.com to more information. And GPS powering much opportunities. Application is easy. Approval time is quick. And you experience even more convenience with 24/7 online access. So get connected with Guardian Link today. Visit guardianlink.myguardiangroup.com and live secure. Live easy. Windows paint yours.
But the days just think about you. It's just a fix to catch your eye. We have the options, we have the style. Every day even so versatile. New vanish, all over style. No one price guarantee on everything you see.
I remember when you think time.
JPS send your fist to your current. That's right. Update your cell phone number and email address with JPS and stay in the know on important details like account and system upgrades, emergency and maintenance notifications, usage and promotional info, and so much more. Use the My JPS mobile app, DM them online, or call to update your info today. And whatever you do, stay current. JPS takes the security of your data very seriously. Visit the JPS website at www.jpsco.com for more information. JPS, powering what matters.
It's the Everybody Sale at new budget supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and foam ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, insects and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagleyburg Road. Telephone 923-4560. New budget supplies. Always the best prices.
It's Tools Hardware and Supplies New Year New Finishes Sale! Unbelievable low prices all month long! Shop for your new finishes for your bathroom, kitchen, living room,
porcelain and ceramic tiles, windows, doors, paints, and more.
And remember, when you think tiles, think Tools! For the finest quality at the lowest prices! Shop now!
So, come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road,
or online at ToolsDA.com.
Tools!
The Lion King of my burdens
Yes, welcome back. This is Rebel Radio. And you know today is Monday. Yes, and this is when we spend some time providing you with information on what to do in emergencies. And you know that over the last 2 weeks, we have been providing you with information, telling you what to do or making suggestions on how we believe you should treat with Christmas this year. And we are saying that if you are going to give a gift this year, think about providing a sustainable gift. Think about providing a gift that will last for years. And we are saying to those who have helpers, householders, housekeepers, that one of the things that you could do this year is to provide them with an insurance policy. Yes, you could provide them with a policy that will last, sustained. As usual, we have with us our insurance salesman, Lloyd Brim. Lloyd, good afternoon. Hello, Lloyd. I don't know why I'm not hearing Lloyd.
I'm here.
Oh, you're there? Hold on. I don't know what, something went wrong a while ago. Hello, Lloyd.
Yeah, I'm hearing every word you say.
Oh, okay. All right. So as I said, welcome to Be Sure. And as I indicated that Over the last 2 weeks, we have been providing some information about making sustainable Christmas gifts. What do you have in store for us this week?
Well, Desmond, I spent some time looking over some information that I have in my diary, and I am saying, I remember some time ago they asked, in an interview, they asked a guy called Neville Garrick.
Yes.
But Neville, you're always up and down in the band, and what instruments you play? That is your job. And Neville said...
No, hold a second, just break. For my listeners and viewers, Neville Garrick was a graphic artist for Bob Marley and the Wailers band. That is who Neville Garrick was. Continue.
Yes, sir. Well, Neville laughed, and Neville's answer was, I follow the music. I don't know which instrument you played to do that, but he did that. That was his job.
Yes.
And he said, he prepares the stage for each and every performance. And when somebody comes in, they are about to get things going. The stage is when it's a picture of what their time will be. So I look and I say, well, there are some workers who color people's life. They color the surroundings where they live. They keep it looking really, really sharp. You have people who ensure that the meals are looked after properly. You have people who travel with their bosses, travel with them when they're going to buy clothes. People who have to go on different occasions, different stages, different speaking engagement and the like. There is somebody who helps them to shop, choose the clothing, make sure it fits when it is being bought, and make sure it matches when it is being worn. Blend everything in order. So I am saying, people like those, they color their box.
They do what?
They color the box.
Okay.
When you go to the bathroom, yesterday the land looks so nice. When you look in the pool, the flowers, the garden, everything is really pick and span and represent the bath.
Yes.
So these people like gardeners, people like what you call them these days, that look about your property, landscapers, people who paint, people who keep the place in really a shape representing the bath. So these people are close, and their work is to make a good picture of the bath. So I say, these are people who do well with gifts that are.
Okay.
I read some notes while preparing for today, Desmond, and it tells the story of a lady who worked with a couple and then worked with the second generation. The second generation are the children whom they used to tidy and feed and put to bed and protect them and take care of them. They became adults and the person still worked with them. When they decided to migrate and go away, this lady, she used to live on the compound, and they gave everything to the church, including the little house that this lady had lived in for generations. And of course,
she had to leave. Left with empty hands and tearful eyes to go walk the street. There was no provision made for her.
Yeah.
If either the first generation or the second generation had the thought, had the information, or had the frame of mind to buy, let me say, a little policy for her, or to ensure that they pay NIS benefits for her, then those would come in our golden days or twilight days to provide her with food and shelter, etc. When we talk about employees, these are among the people, because if you are a senior manager somewhere or a business owner, and we talk about your employees, you're thinking about the people at the workplace. You're thinking about the people on the job. I am asking and I am suggesting that take a look at these people who color you, the people who do your laundry, the people who put out your clothes for you to wear, the people who entertain your guests at home, make it comfortable for them, and paint a good picture of you. Think about them as employees as well, and then give them insurance policies for their gift. As you go along, each year, every other year, whichever interval, you put a little bit more on the savings part of your policy. You could even make that repeat Christmas gift by adding a little bit to the policy. So the returns. Yes, man?
Yes, man, I am listening to you now.
Oh, good. So that these people can have something to fall back on. Yes. And just run through again, talking about people like land people who feel the full and the maintenance work at home. People who are your personal assistants, they are attending to you minute by minute. They travel with you on some of your assignments.
Yes.
You have people who I am told, based on their jobs, they have a suitcase packed and ready at all times because they can be called upon to leave the island or to leave the working area or someplace far away. They have a suitcase packed and ready for them. Mm-hmm. Who packs it? Who goes into that type of detail and personal assistant roles? So when they get where they are going, they are in good shape, they are in acceptable shape, and they have alternatives. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about.
Yes. And we are saying that you should look out. We are urging employers to look out for these persons, look out for these workers, and make it possible. This year, present them with a sustainable gift. Make them a present that will last and will assist them down the road. And we are saying an insurance policy is the way to go. Try and make that possible. You can also daughters and sons who are preparing preparing gifts for their mothers or their fathers, they can also make a sustainable insurance policy gift this year. Yes, make that possible. And yes, Lordy. So we are also saying that you can also make a gift to a child via insurance policy. So think about these things, and make some sustainable gift to whoever it is this year. Yes, Lordy.
Yeah, well, I wanted to use this as an example because, as I said before, when you talk to somebody about their employees, many a times they don't think of this category of employees. You with me?
Yes.
And these people can benefit. I am sure if you go into the details, they can make tax claims and for these expenditures if they so desire.
Yes.
The first insurance they need to make sure every employee has is the national insurance, because they make a contribution to that when the person is properly registered and the contributions are being paid.
Yes, that's the NIS.
Yes, that's the insurance as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course, I know.
Yeah, but that is setting its ways and has issues to cover. Are you aware, Desmond, that the national insurance scheme, there is a provision there for a funeral grant when a contributor dies?
Yes, I am aware.
Yes, but not many people are aware. And when these claims come upon them, when these expenses face them, as an employer wanting to help, it's not when the situation occurs that you should be putting these things in place. You should put them in place and also ensure that they carry both living benefit and death benefit. So get the appropriate type of policy to match the need that you as an individual employer is aiming to solve for your employee.
Yes.
And that takes discussion. That takes financial considerations. That takes the person's health and age and years of service that they have with you. All of these things come into consideration, but I have to get right back to the point that the agent is the advisor on these issues. And the agent should be the catalyst as well that brings these points to their client's attention.
Okay. Yes.
And educate the clients and be the assistant buyer.
Yes. And we are also saying that this this year that well, we just want to repeat something that that it is always on the minds of parents, godparents, that they want to just want to insure their children.
Yes.
But we have some advice for you on that. And I think the main thing is that you should not buy a policy with your child as the
life assured.
Yes. Explain. Just explain that for our listeners, Brim.
All right, Desmond and listeners, a life insurance policy is a contract, and the contract has conditions upon which cash will be generated, will be released, will become available to somebody. That means we have living benefits and we have death benefit. The life assured is not going to be allowed to participate in the death benefit. And that is stated. So they put a name called a beneficiary whom they want to benefit from the death benefit. The beneficiary can also benefit from the living benefit on the insurance policy.
Yes.
Because it generates cash that is into building an annuity for somewhere down the road. But as usual, emergencies come in, things we are not prepared for, comes in and requires lump sum money like at the one tick of the clock. Mm-hmm. And many of us, we don't have that money put away in that amount. So when we use the life insurance policy as the vehicle, repeat what I said, that while the insurance policy is there, time is ticking, whenever you want to give the person a gift, put a little more, a one-off deposit into the investment side of the policy.
Yes.
To build up both living and death benefits. Because if the person dies before they have to draw down on those monies, then it will be there to go to the death benefit.
Yes.
And if they have emergencies and want to pull down, it will be a larger sum available to them to pull from.
Yes.
Get yourself an agent who understands and let them help in the decision making. So you can end up with the best possible choice for the people whose benefit the insurance is being put in place. That's what we want to do for you as it concerns children.
Yes, so that our listeners will understand clearly that they do not, they shouldn't, or in other words, how they must make that investment for the child, right? And the other thing that we want to point out that, well, we just to repeat that, give mommy an insurance policy for her Christmas present this year. Mommy and our daddy, our grandpa. Yes. Try and do that and make it possible so that you will give a solid Christmas gift. You have 3 minutes to wind up, Brim.
Okay, thank you, Desmond. Again, we'd like us to reinforce some points. And one of the points we want to reinforce is a lot of myths exist about insurance. And many of them are of the past. So get yourself the up-to-date information when you're dealing with any aspect liable employment. Always be able to say, I discussed this with my agent, and this is the advice and this is the action that I took. Stay away from getting upset and say, imagine I'm on the bus and I hear this man talking, oh, X, Y, Z, that with his insurance policy and this and that's not firm grounds for you to make any decision and to go and surrender yours or to go and abuse the agent and so on.
Yes.
Get the facts from the source and take the appropriate action. Not on any hearsay or believe or feel business. Not on what your parents and your grandparents experience. Find out what the present is and work along that line.
Okay. All right. Well, until next week, Brim, I want to thank you very much for your time and the advice, and be sure, and as you know, this is where we provide you with information on how to protect and prepare for eventualities. So until next week.
Before you do that, Desmond, can you just reassure listeners?
Oasis service stations are the fastest, coolest service stations around. Drive through and buy your phone cards from Cool Biz. Yes, it's easy. No paper, no pin. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshments at the lowest prices. The cleanest restrooms and the smoothest service to make your drive even cooler. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Get cool service and cool stuff fast at Cool Oasis service stations island-wide.
How would you like the protection you want when you want it? With Guardian Link, you can go from one click to totally covered with 24-hour access to a range of plans designed to cover the people you care about. From critical illness and retirement to investment opportunities. Application is easy. Approval time is quick. And you experience even more convenience with 24/7 online service. So get connected with Guardian Link today. Visit guardianlink.myguardianlink.com and live secure. Live easy.
Drive fastest service station. Cool service and service station.
You like the protection you want when you want it. With Guardian Link, you can go from access to totally covered with 24-hour access to a range of plans designed to cover the people you care about. From critical illness and retirement to investment opportunities. Application is easy. Approval time is quick. And you experience even more convenience with 24/7 online service. So get connected with Guardian Link today. Visit guardianlink.myguardianlink.com and live secure.
Emergency and maintenance notifications, usage and promotion info and so much more. You can check your progress online and update your JPS is security of your data. Visit the JPS website, www.jps.com for more information. What you are service and time. Steel, dress and phone GPS to your current gas right. Update your cell phone number and email address with GPS and stay in the know on important details like accountant system upgrades, emergency and maintenance substations, usage and promotional info and so much more. Use the My GPS mobile app and them online or call to update your info today. And whatever you do, stay current. JPS takes the security of your data very seriously. Visit the JPS website at www.jpsco.com for more information. JPS, powering what matters. Everybody's sale at this great surprise. Do it yourself, professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Remember, steel, dress and formula, water tax, clubs, PVC pipes, and fittings. For some, the bank is interested. With the
windows, doors, tiles, and ground. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagleyburg Road. Telephone 923-4560. New budget supplies. Always the best prices.
It's Tools Hardware Supplies New Year New Finishes Sale! Unbelievable low prices all month long! Shop for your new finishes for your bathroom, kitchen, living room,
Porcelain and ceramic tiles, windows, doors, paints, and more.
and remember, when you think tiles, think Tools for the finest quality at the lowest prices. Shop now!
So, come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road,
Or online at ToolsDA.com. Tools!
The Lion King of Kashmir. just stand in the who thought no you can only come this far and on the road where to hide what's right to know catch a falling star when I know creation testify His wisdom and the light in that door. My Redeemer every sin that's been facing I'm still the wrong and the like a sweet, gentle hands that only when they conquer that, bringing victory. Yes, I know my Redeemer lives. And I know my Redeemer lives. Let all creation testify He is risen at the light, and I know my Redeemer He lives to take away my sins, and He lives forever. I proclaim to protect me from my sin. His most precious life He gave, but now He's alive. There's an empty grave, and I know my Redeemer lives. Yes, I know my Redeemer lives. Let all creation testify His life is magnified, and I know my Redeemer lives. Oh yes, it lives. I can testify now. Who taught the sun where to stand in the morning? You taught the ocean you can only come this far, and you show the moon where to hide till evening. Whose words alone can catch a falling star. That's why I know my Redeemer lives.
I've looked high and I've looked low. There's no one to compare to you. I climbed to the highest mountain, looked all around, couldn't find nobody. Yeah. Went down into the deepest valley, looked all around, couldn't find nobody. I went across the deep blue sea, couldn't find one to compare to your grace, your love, your mercy. Nobody greater than you. Lord of mercy, searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Lord of mercy, searched all over.
This is Rebel Radio.
I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody.
Rebel Radio. We are live from our studio.
Nobody greater than you. Nobody greater. Nobody greater. Nobody greater than you. Yeah. I searched all over, couldn't find nobody. Looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Yeah. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Lord of mercy, nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. nobody. Yeah. Went down into the deepest valley. Looked all around, couldn't find nobody. I went across the deep blue sea. Couldn't find one to compare to your grace, your love, your mercy. Nobody greater than you. Lord of mercy. Searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Lord of mercy. Searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still unseen angels watching over me. Precious memories, unseen angels sent from somewhere to my soul. How they linger, ever near me, and the sacred pass unfold. Precious memories, how they linger, how they ever floods my soul. In the stillness of the midnight, precious sacred scenes unfold. As I travel on life pathway, I know not what my heels may hold. And as I ponder, grows fonder. Precious memories floods my soul. So precious memories, how they linger, how they ever floods my soul. In the stillness of the midnight, precious sacred scenes unfold. Precious memories, unseen angels sent from somewhere to my soul. How they linger, ever near me, and the sacred pass unfold. Precious memories.
Still in there?
Yes, welcome back to Rebel Radio. This is Rebel Radio, and we are going to go over now to the United States to take a look at American politics. And we have with us our international journalist, Norris McDonald. Norris, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Desmond. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Now, since the last time we spoke, several things are happening in the American politics. Now we are, just a little over, 6 months, 6 weeks away from the big elections?
Right, yes.
Based on what I am seeing, Norris, the polls, both candidates are close. Am I right?
Yes, sir. The polls have tightened somewhat. They've tightened.
What did you say?
Yeah, the polls have tightened. As against when Kamala was leading by over 6% a few weeks ago. Her lead now in some polls is down to 3%, and in some polls they're dead even. They're, you know. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So 3%, that sounds like it within the margin of error, man.
It's within the margin of error, but well, the key thing, you know, when you're looking at polls in the election, as you know, even if it's in the margin of error, you want to look and see who has the momentum. So she still has an upward trajectory, generally above Trump, right? So when you say the wind is behind her back, you know, like you're coming around the turn for home at Cayman's Park, and it's who's kicking up the most dust. So she still has some momentum, right? But Trump is pulling up on her, and she's slowing, and there, you know, there are some reasons for that, you know, which can go into later, you know.
I don't know why I'm losing you. I'm not hearing you at all.
Okay, let me go again. Kamala Harris' lead is being reduced. I had written an article in the Gleaner in August. In what I think I pointed out, at that time she was leading by 6 points. I said there were
Norris,
2 conditions.
Hold on,
yes?
Norris, hold it there. I don't know what, but I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you at all.
My order is up. You want to call back?
Huh?
I'm hearing an echo now. Do you want to call back or you want me to call you back?
No, okay, I'm hearing you better now, yes. Repeat what you said about you wrote an article.
Yeah, so in August, when I wrote her in the Gleaner, and she was leading by 6 points, I made 2 stipulations. There were 2 conditions in which I put the predicate victory, right? Among the 2 conditions I said was that as a downside, the Middle East must not blow up, right? And the other condition I also put was that in terms of what's happening in the Ukraine-Russia war, it must not blow up any further. And we have to see that as against the, say, Jimmy Carter election, when the foreign policy establishment literally backstab him, right? So we have a situation where now the people, the cabal who is running American politics now, because Joe Biden is incompetent, mentally incapable. They are pro-Israel, pro-Jewish people. And they have been trying to, if possible, stir the pot to make Trump, they see Trump as their more favorable candidate. And it's not the first time Netanyahu did that. If you recall, when Obama was in power, he came and addressed the House of Congress, literally snubbing the President Obama, right? And recently came and he addressed Congress again, right? When now that Biden is in power, the Republicans control control. So in other words, if she can just cruise without the thing blowing further, I will see what's happening, the possibility of a serious war in the Middle East. And Americans don't want that.
They don't want a war.
They don't want a war. And it's important to see this in the context of saying, no, Trump is a very bad candidate. Trump is a bad person. We can say a lot about him. But we still have to look objectively, forget what we think, or we may want to vote, or we may want to support. We have to look into how other people may think objectively, right? And insofar as many of the young people, what you call it, Gen Z, are concerned, and also when the working class, and they, like in Michigan and many areas, the Muslim voters, they are really appalled at Israel's brutal treatment of the Palestinians. Now we see now they have gone further, where they provoke a war with Lebanon, not that it's going favorably for them, but they have been trying to drag America to come in. That's the way they want America to come into a major war in the Middle East and so on, right? And so the issue is, if the things don't blow further, then we can say under that condition, she may still echo a win.
But back to the two candidates is that it is not clear. You are closer to it, so let me ask you. From where I sit, I don't understand. I don't hear a clear position from Harris on the Middle Eastern situation. The Trump position is clearer. And you said the people don't want a war, so they would be inclined to put their vote behind the candidate who is not supporting the war.
Right.
Do you understand what is Kamala's position on the Middle Eastern conflict right now?
Yes, I do. And even though I may personally disagree, I support the position she's taking. And because we're honest to you, she has taken a pragmatic stand. Because you know the usual mantra you have to say Israel have a right to defend itself, blah, 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 right? Saying that is an expectation, right? But she has tried to paddle the canoe in the middle of the river, in which she talked about the human rights situation in Palestine and it's deplorable and all that. She has also spoken about the two-state solution. Now, you have some people who want her to come out and take a more radical stand. I would not. For me, I say she has to take that pragmatic position until at least, when come November, if she's elected or not. She can't, like I said, she's going to veer further left on foreign policy or anything like that. That is too much for us to expect, right? What we want from her, which she has done, is to come up with a very good plan for America, for the American people, right? And she has done that. For the middle class, for the working class, for poor people generally and so on, for youth and students, right? So her plan is good enough, and the economic portion of her plan, Wall Street is supporting her plan. So in other words, it's a complex situation which she's faced where, for example, on the one hand, you have the intense conflict and contradiction and crisis abroad, right, which may drag her down, right? But she can't allow herself to be dragged by that. A wise leader, which I expect that she has to be, she's in the cabinet. Biden is president. She cannot come out and contradict him. But she can't suck him up, suck up. She can't hug him too close. So it's all to take time, draw away from him, draw away until he reaches the retirement home. That's what it comes down to now.
Well, let us see. Well, based on what you said, that both are close, and they just a couple weeks. Those battleground states. How is Kamala doing in those battleground states?
Well, very good question and quite interesting. Florida, as we know, Florida went for Obama twice, but since Obama, it has swung towards the intensity towards the Republican. Now, in Florida, which is very good, she has closed in on the Republican and Trump in Florida, yes. Right? Within, let's say, 5 points. So far, she's running good. They have a very good ground game. Anybody on the ground will see her people on the ground now. I never saw that before, or one did not see that with other Democratic candidates. Yes, but in Florida, she has a very extremely good grown game. I guess you've seen it, right? So that's one component. And it's very, even if the key thing in politics, even if she can't win, she has to scare Trump or pin them down here. Because they have scared, she have more money than them. So in other words, they're going to be lock them into trying to save what they think is safe era, which now allow her to expand her network and so on. Now in the other swing states, Georgia, she's doing very well. And quite interestingly, in Texas was a red state, and she has pulled to within the margin of error in Texas. Even the Senate candidate in Texas also looked like he has a chance to be Ted, right? Mm-hmm. So we are seeing the dynamics of the politics right now. I want to say it's exciting in the sense of saying, boy, nail biting, but I said don't throw your ticket yet. Mm-hmm. It's not over till over. I still, my position is not an idealistic position. I see her having the capacity to win. She's on the ground. They're pounding the ground. Obama is out there now. Bill Clinton is out there now, which is, those are two mega stars, right? Yes. So, yes. So the Democratic Party has fully lined up behind her. Wall Street, she's getting good support from the business sector. They score her plan, and they say her plan can bring growth to America. Right? Mark Cuban, billionaire, is one of her economic advisors. Yeah. So she has very good behind her. Okay. Right? And the program which she put forth, she has three components of her program, which is exciting. Yeah. In Jamaica, we say.
Well, Doris, I tell you what.
Yeah.
I tell you what. We are out of time.
Okay.
We are out of time. Wednesday we will continue to look at the situation because Jamaica have an interest in that election. I want to thank you very much for your time this evening.
Thank you very much for having me, brother.
Yes. That was journalist Norris McDonald, and we were talking about American politics. Coming up next is Workers' Time. Yes. This is Rebel Radio. Let us go for a break.
Designed
prices. It's Tools, Hardware and Supplies New Year, New Finishes sale. Unbelievable low prices all month long. Shop for your new finishes for your bathroom, kitchen, living room.
Porcelain and ceramic tiles, windows, doors, paints, and more.
And remember, when you think tiles, think tools. For the finest quality at the lowest prices. Shop now.
So come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road.
Or online at toolsja.com.
Tools!
The Lion King of Hard There's nothing good for me here tonight. So long as I know, the better I can show him. I'm gonna stop the river if I try.
Oasis service stations are the fastest, coolest service stations around. Drive through and buy your phone cards from Cool Biz. Yes, it's easy. No paper, no pin. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshments at the lowest prices. The cleanest restrooms and the smoothest service to make your drive even cooler. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Get cool service and cool stuff fast at Cool Oasis service stations island-wide.
How would you like the protection you want when you want it? With Guardian Link, you can go from one click to totally covered with 24-hour access to a range of plans designed to cover the people you care about. From critical illness and retirement to investment opportunities. Application is easier. Approval time is quicker, and you'll experience even more convenience with 24/7 online access. So get connected with Guardian Link today. Visit guardianlink.myguardiangroup.com and live secure. Live easy.
Everyday living, we make it worthwhile. We give people real value. Oh, what a style! From kitchen to bathroom, a whole heap of tile. Home and things for everyday living. Nice up your home, fix up every room. Shop every day, shop real value. Fixtures and faucets to catch your eye. We have the options, we have the style. Everyday living, so versatile. We give people real value. Oh, what a style! Lowest price guarantee on everything you see. Home and things for everyday living.
JPS say you fit stay current. That's right. Update your cell phone number and email address with JPS and stay in the know on important details like account and system upgrades, emergency and maintenance notifications, usage and promotional info, and so much more. Use the My JPS mobile app, DM them online, or call to update your info today. And whatever you do, stay current. JPS takes the security of your data very seriously. Visit the JPS website at www.jpsco.com for more information. JPS, powering what matters.
It's the Everybody Sale at New Budget Supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, insects and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagleyburg Road. Telephone 923-4560. New Budget Supplies. Always the best prices.
It's Tools, Hardware and Supplies New Year, New Finishes sale. Unbelievable low prices all month long. Shop for your new finishes for your bathroom, kitchen, living room.
Porcelain and ceramic tiles, windows, doors, paints, and more.
And remember, when you think tiles, think tools. For the finest quality at the lowest prices. Shop now.
So come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road.
Or online at toolsja.com.
Tools!
The Lion King of Hard time to rescue me. He was there just in time to rescue me. I was lost in a murder scene, but he was there to take me. He was there just in time to rescue me. I remember when I couldn't find my way. I was searching for the truth night and day. Never gave up on the faith. I stayed strong. I never gave in. And he was there just in time to rescue me. He was there just in time to rescue me.
Yes. Welcome back to Rebel Radio. It's time for Workers' Time. Yes. And the Workers' Time is this is where we look at what is happening at the workplace. We are going over to Trinidad. We're going to be talking with Mr. Eddie Stewart, President of the Trinidad and Tobago National Nurses Association. Good afternoon, Mr. Stewart.
Pleasant afternoon to you.
Yes, sir.
To you and your listeners. Thanks for having me.
Yes, how are you, sir?
I'm not too bad, not too bad.
Yes.
Still in the office.
Yes.
Treating with workers' issues.
Yes. So, as the first time I'm talking to you, one of the things that we, as I said on this program, we have discussion with labor leaders across the Caribbean. But let us start. Tell us what is happening with your nurses. That is a very critical area, critical set of workers in any country. What is happening to your nurses in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, what's going on with nurses in Trinidad and Tobago? It's not very different from what is happening to nurses in the rest of the Caribbean, where we continue to lose our colleagues at an alarming rate to developed countries. So that's one dynamic there. Second dynamic, we are losing them primarily because of a number of push factors and little pull factors to keep them at home. So a number of the push factors that are encouraging them to leave would be a lack of permanency of employment, something that nurses used to enjoy in Trinidad and Tobago prior about a little over 10 years, a decade before now. It was automatic. Nurses were permanently employed within the public sector. However, that has dwindled over the years. And not only they are not permanent, but they are not given a proper contract of employment.
Yes.
A contract of employment that entitles them to gratuity. But fortunately, the union, the Nurses Association in Trinidad, actually had to take it to court. And thankfully, we were successful in challenging the regional health authorities, because we have been divided out of the Ministry of Health and placed into authorities, regional health authorities. Something that I guess they would have learned from England with the NHS system. However, that has proven much difficulty over the years, where it was supposed to improve efficiency, improve accountability, improve response rate, both to the employee and to the patient. It has not proven so. And unfortunately, we have increased our healthcare expenditure with having, 5 CEOs of 5 different regional health authorities and 5 boards and 5 managements, but the efficiency is not there, unfortunately. So we have increased our operating expenses in the Ministry of Health, but the responsiveness, and particularly to our members, has not been there. In fact, nursing personnel continue to work on 2013 salaries in 2024, approaching 2025. Yeah, and that's just a drop in of some of the myriad of issues in case in nursing currently. Yes. And then there's the lack of housing, lack of continuing education opportunities,
and salaries. What about salaries?
Well, salaries, as I said, we continue to work on 2013 salaries. So while you require 4 years of training to be a nurse, now coming out with a degree in nursing, your salary is less than the majority of other occupations and professions. We can, as I said, we work on 2013 salaries, so more than a decade out of alignment, despite all the continuous escalating costs for everything. Yes. So that's a major problem. Hopefully the association, what kept us back at the association, very and truly, it came out of while we are an association in excess of next year we will be 95 years as an association. Wow. 95 years. Yes. However, we only became a union in 2015. Yeah, we only became a union in 2015. We came out of the Public Service Association. Like most organizations would have come out from their Public Service Association, who used to negotiate all public officers. We would have come out of that and formed took the professional association and contributed into a union. Yes. And since then, we have been trying to get RMU status to be able, because our Industrial Relations Act only allows unions who have achieved RMU status, that is, having 50% of the memberships, the members you wish to represent, 50% of the workers you wish to represent, 50 plus 1 to be precise. Our Industrial Relations Act said you must get that, and then you must apply to the Registration, Recognition and Certification Board. Yes. Which we have done since 2015. However, the process has been very long-winded, with numerous hiccups, numerous challenges. Not in terms of the membership, in getting the membership, we got the membership, but the process is so convoluted, and a number of barriers which we actually had to take that government body, the Registration, Recognition and Certification Board, actually had to take them to court also, which we won in the High Court also, saying that it was unjust to keep us back. One of the reasons they were saying is that they cannot proceed with our application for recognized majority union status because there was another union in front of us.
Okay.
So they must first deal with that one before they start to deal with our application, which our act doesn't provide for.
Right.
So thankfully the court agreed with us and said that we must continue in the application. Yeah.
Right. So I can well imagine that the hospitals in Trinidad, you have a manpower shortage there in nurses.
Definitely.
Yes.
And we have a unique scenario in Trinidad, unlike some of our Caribbean neighbors, where while we continue to allow our best and brightest nursing personnel to leave our shores, we are not implementing a single retention strategy to keep them at home. We continue to look for nurses abroad to bring them into Trinidad to fill the shortfall and pay them higher. So that is the crazy scenario we have been tasked with currently, unfortunately. So our government of Tobago, like a few other Caribbean countries, we actually bring in nurses from Cuba, from India, a few nurses from a couple of the African regions, and also to some extent, well, in the past, I haven't seen them recently, some from St. Lucia.
Yes.
So that is where we generally recruit from, predominantly Cuba. They have a government-to-government relationship currently, and some Filipinos also. So that is where a lot of our nurses come from, even though we have our nurses leaving our shore.
Right. Now, what about training? Tell us about training. How are the training facilities, and what is being done to improve and to increase the training of nurses in Trinidad?
Well, up until September 1st, up until August 31st, we actually had 4 training schools. So we had UWI, University of the West Indies, University of the Southern Caribbean. We also have a college, COSTAT, and we also had the military training persons.
Yes.
So we had 4 schools of nursing. However, the association, in our push, because even before we are a union, as I said, we will be 95 years as a professional association. So we not only want to churn out nursing personnel, but we want to churn out nursing personnel at a high level.
Yes.
And the standard internationally is nurses must be trained at the bachelor's level. So we actually, and that is actually a CARICOM decision taken since 2006 in St. Kitts and Nevis at COSORD heads of government. All the Minister of Health would have taken that decision almost 2 decades ago. Unfortunately, it was only Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana who did not adhere to that policy, and they continued training nursing personnel at the certificate level.
Yes.
So that also run afoul of our legislation, educational legislation in Trinidad, because for you to operate tertiary level educational facility or post-secondary, of which nursing is run at the tertiary level, you must be registered with the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
And the ministry schools was not run under, they did not get approval from the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago, hence we filed action against them. And again, the court agreed with us, and the court ordered the closure of the school, basically. So, as of September 1st, all of the programs, all of the students who were in that school, all of the lecturers have been moved over to one of the existing schools. So now we only have 3 nursing schools to think. But the issue for us is not so much the training, the number of persons coming out of these schools, because they do quite an excellent job. The real issue is to retain what we have trained.
Okay, yes.
And with the continued exodus, as fast as they train, they leave.
They are gone.
So it is a never-ending cycle, trying to keep up with the exodus. And the unfortunate thing is, we are losing the junior nurses, we are losing senior nurses, we are losing specialist nurses, and especially when you have to train a specialist nurse. When you lose that specialist nurse who would have gone through their 4 years of training, general training, and then followed up by a number of years of experience in the workplace, then they would have gone on to do another 2 years of specialist nurse training. So after about 10 years, nurse will be specialized. Yeah. And then you lose that nurse after 10 years. It's really difficult to recover from that. Yeah. And all the studies fit. When you don't have the required number of nursing personnel, the patient suffers. And we must always remember that. And while we lobby for the improvements to the socioeconomic standing of the nurse, when we lose these nursing personnel, is the patient who suffers each and every time in reduction of quality care. Yeah.
Yes, I can well imagine that this must be having a negative impact on the delivery of health care. The shortage of nurses, how serious is that in Trinidad?
Well, while we have performed well in certain metrics, we are not performing well in a number of other areas.
Yes.
And the challenge has always been, how do we get the government, the politicians, to accept that we have shortcomings, particularly, and that needs to be addressed? How would you get a politician to accept that? And no politician, unfortunately, well, not no politician, but the politicians we have encountered in the Caribbean, for the most part, are unwilling to accept the shortcomings of their particular ministry. Because it would be, I guess, political suicide for you to say your ministry is failing. And if you don't reach to that point where you can accept your shortcomings, then the solution is almost impossible to achieve. So while Trinidad and Tobago, despite our gross domestic product, despite we have actually invested heavily in secondary healthcare facilities across the country, I believe, other than Cuba, Trinidad and Tobago has the most hospital than any other country in the Caribbean.
Yes.
And I'm sure it's more than in Jamaica, even though Jamaica is much larger. We have 2 hospitals in Tobago. We have, so I think it's somewhere upwards in excess of 10 secondary hospitals, secondary healthcare facilities, none of which are tertiary level facilities. Tertiary level, I meaning hospitals that deal with rehabilitation. We don't have any hospitals that are focused on rehabilitation, despite we have so many hospitals currently.
Yes. Mr. Stewart, I want you to hold it there for me. We are going to take a break. Right?
Sure.
Just hold it. We are talking to Mr. Eddie Stewart, President of Trinidad and Tobago National Nurses Association and Workers' Time. Let us go for a break. This is Rebel Radio.
Oasis service stations are the fastest, coolest service stations around. Drive through and buy your phone cards from Cool Biz. Yes, it's easy. No paper, no pin. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshments at the lowest prices. The cleanest restrooms and the smoothest service to make your drive even cooler. From the fastest, coolest service stations, get cool service and cool stuff fast at Cool Oasis service stations island-wide.
How would you like the protection you want when you want it? With Guardian Link, you can go from one click to totally covered with 24-hour access to a range of plans designed to cover the people you care about. From critical illness and retirement to investment opportunities. Application is easier, approval time is quicker, and you experience even more convenience with 24/7 online access. So get connected with Guardian Link today. Visit guardianlink.myguardiangroup.com and live secure, live easy. We make it worthwhile. We get value. We want to style. We can change it back in a whole heap of time. It's for everything. It's up to work, it's up to everything. Every day shop is really value. It's just simple, sex to catch your eye. We have the options, we have the style. Every day living, so versatile. We get value. Oh, what a style. Lowest price guarantee on everything you see. Home and things for everyday living.
JPS say you fit stay current. That's right. Update your cell phone number and email address with JPS and stay in the know on important details like account and system upgrades, emergency and maintenance notifications, usage and promotional info, and so much more. Use the My JPS mobile app, DM them online, or call to update your info today. And whatever you do, stay current. JPS takes the security of your data very seriously. Visit the JPS website at www.jpsgo.com for more information. JPS, powering what matters.
It's the Everybody Sale at New Budget Supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, insects and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagley Road. Telephone 923-4560. New Budget Supplies. Always the best prices.
It's Tools, Hardware and Supplies New Year, New Finishes sale on the...
Yes, welcome back to Rebel Radio. Yes, and we are on workers' time. And as I said, we are talking with Mr. Eddie Stewart, president of the Trinidad and Tobago National Nurses Association. We are going to be joined shortly by Mr. Mark Smith, who is the president of the Jamaica Teachers Association. Yes. So, Mr. Stewart, as you were saying that before we took the break, that what you are facing in Trinidad is a similar thing in Jamaica and across the Caribbean, where we are losing our professionals to the developed country. And that is why at Rebel Radio, what we are trying, one of the things that we are trying is to link up the labor leaders, because what we find out is that the labor problems, the problems faced by one Caribbean country is a problem faced by all of us, because as you will know, we are one people, and therefore the labor leaders, I think that they should, organize themselves, come together so that they can speak in one voice for the workers. Because as we speak, there is an issue going on now. It is not in your area, but in Trinidad with the port workers, where I see there is an issue with the workers, the dock workers there. Yeah. Yes. So, as I said, it would be a good thing if we could get the labor leaders to be together. Let me just try and get Mr. Mark Smith online. Just hold it there for me, please. Hold it. Mark. Yes, Mr. Smith?
Yes, I'm available.
Okay. Welcome, Mr. Smith. We we also have Mr. Eddie Stewart, who is president of the Trinidad and Tobago Nurses Association, online with us. Right?
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
Hi, Eddie.
Yes. One of the things that we do at Rebel Radio, Mr. Smith, is that we are linking the Caribbean labor leaders, because as I just pointed out, that the issues we face are similar issues all across the Caribbean, and therefore we want the labor leaders to speak with one voice and to be stronger in the defense of workers. So
wonderful, indeed.
Yes, we are. One of the things that you could tell us is what is happening. For example, last week or 2 weeks ago, I observed that there was a report from one school that the teachers were not paid. But when I check around the Ministry of Ed, there were other schools where teachers were not paid. Has that issue been cleared up, sir?
Yeah, we've been working with the ministry to resolve those discrepancies.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so we brought that to the minister directly. I have monthly meetings with the Minister of Education.
Yes.
And we told her that was untenable. That was not something we were prepared to accept. Right. And we have to work with it. But it's a broader discussion of ensuring the efficiency and effectiveness of the operation of the Ministry of Education is looked at in a strategic way. So I have had the opportunity to traverse the island, and it's too often that I encounter pensioners after you have served a system for 30, 35 years, 38 years, and it takes you a year, 2 years to get your first pension disbursement, I think is unconscionable. Yeah. And, I think that the minister, to her credit, agrees that it is unacceptable. But I said, it's easy to say that what we must do is to move to resolve those challenges, that we never hear about another case like that. Yeah. But these cases are too often, and it is a type of inefficiency that seems baked into too many of our public services that we have to resolve. It's easy to look at the people, but I always tell you, look at the system, because the people operate within a system.
Yes. Mr. Smith, you know something that is of concern to we at Rebel Radio, and I think it is of concern to all Jamaicans. Now, why is the system, why are so many students passing through the system and coming out illiterate, unable to read and write? Is that something that the JTA is concerned about?
In fact, the JTA is very concerned, contrary to what some practitioners would like to, media practitioners would like to peddle, that narrative that already talk about salary. We have been staunch advocates for improvements in the quality of the education system. However, I'd like to take it from the perspective of one of my mentors, Professor Errol Miller.
Yes.
And Professor Errol Miller, we often talk about the literacy, those who are illiterate in our society, without acknowledging the work done by schools and educators to ensure that we have achieved a literacy rate of 85%. Now, we have to look at the broader issue of what has happened that has failed to let the country move beyond. We have teetered somewhere in that region, never really broaching the 90% mark. And in many of our Caribbean and South American partners, countries, and the countries surrounding us, we have seen them push into the 90s. So we have pretty much leveled off since the 1960s in terms of improving our literacy rate, the 70s rather, I should say. 70s and 80s, where we move into the 80s. But a lot of it comes down to what I believe is some challenges surrounding this conveyor belt approach to education. We have to understand that children develop at different rates. And when we peg a system almost entirely around chronological age, everybody knows a 11-year-old which operates at the level of a 12-year-old. But we also know an 11-year-old who operates at the age of a 6-year-old. And we have to have enough support in our system to help these children. The data will show you that children from lower income households, we tend to disproportionately see higher levels of literacy or challenges with literacy at the coming from also with lower income households. Now, this doesn't mean that children from higher income households are naturally smarter. No, quite the contrary. What it means is that the parents are able to use their disposable income and additional revenue that they have, or their higher income, to provide the support for those children. So where it is your child is falling behind, they have any type of learning disabilities, that the parent leverages their additional revenue and income towards helping their child because they recognize the value of education. Conversely, in lower income households, where oftentimes the parents are eking out an existence, very basic existence, with very little disposable income, oftentimes it's only the engagement that they get at school. And so within those 4 or 5 hours that they're at school, whatever can be achieved there, that is it.
Yes.
When you compare that with what happens in higher income households, they're willing to get the tutors and the additional support. Now, we have to understand that if we are going to move this country forward in a significant way economically, it is going to require a concerted effort to ensure there is greater equity across the system. And where it is, we have children who are falling behind and need the special support in teaching and learning, that we're able to provide it to them. The state is able to provide it, to step in and augment where it is that the parents are unable to provide that additional support. But everything comes at a cost.
Yes.
Our teachers go above and beyond the call of duty in terms of providing support, but it still needs an additional support. And that technical, a lot, and come on to reading, I love what we call reading readiness. So if you're in a household in which reading, you see a parents reading, you see the attitude toward reading are high, it's a greater likelihood the child is going to want to read.
Yes.
And so this is we have done cross-cultural studies on this, and so we're quite aware of this. The attitudes in the household towards reading, towards education, oftentimes creates the type of engendering environment, an environment which engenders a certain interest in actual literacy.
Mr. Smith and Mr. Stewart, I just want you to hold it there for me. I just want to play an insert of a video dealing with the dock workers in Trinidad. Just hold it there for me, please, while I just play this video. Just once.
Caribbean delegates at the 46th ITF Congress here in Morocco, standing here today in solidarity with the port workers of Trinidad and Tobago. We condemn the use of any military force in order to do the work at the port. So we call on the government to do what is right. We call on management to meet with the union to deal with the issues at hand. Power to the port workers in Trinidad and Tobago. Power to the port workers in Trinidad and Tobago. Power to the port workers in Trinidad and Tobago. Power to the port workers in Trinidad and Tobago.
other point that Mr. Stewart?
Yes, I'm still.
Mr. Stewart, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Just 1 second. 1 second. Yes, sir. Mr. Smith, the other thing that we see that when the situation in the schools must be extremely challenging for teachers. Just last week, or 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, we saw where a 7-year-old boy in St. Elizabeth was found with an automatic weapon in his bag. Now, the discipline in schools, how is the JTA coping with that?
We are very alarmed and concerned at what I consider increasing levels of violence being displayed by our children. The violence that we see displayed in schools, and the idea that a 7-year-old could be found at school in the possession of a gun. However, I have very intimate knowledge of the case. And to be honest, the child was carried to school to play with. He found it and carried to school to play with. But it tells you a lot about, what is likely this normalization of violence within our society. And I was talking with the other day, I was asked, what are some of the strategies to address violence in schools? I said, I want to talk about what are some of the strategies we're going to take as a country to address the violence in our society.
Yes, sir.
We are, for small size, too many Jamaicans die because of criminal or violent acts being perpetrated here. And we have to find a way, we have to come to a reckoning of where we are, and we cannot continue to slaughter so many of our citizens, people who should be contributing to economic development of this country and our collective economic success. And in fact, we're finding them, slaughtered on a daily basis. It's almost depressing to watch the news these days. And the ease at which we seem to destroy human life without even thinking about it. The need for serious reflection as a country, as a community, at the community level, at the household level, the respect for and sanctity of the human life. Yeah, it's something that we need to face. And how did we get here? And what are the steps that can reverse where we are? Surely schools are doing what we can from that, our teachers or principals or boards. But you see, the root cause of this goes back to our homes. We have to teach the values of respecting each other, respecting our rights to have difference of opinions, understanding that, it is counterproductive if we want to reach our full potential of a small island state, us to be murdering the human capital, the individuals that are supposed to lift us out of our present predicament. We have to do a lot more on that. And our politicians have to speak with one voice. It is very important that the practical steps we made, and that we understand that we need more interventions. You cannot solve this problem by police officers. We want more police officers on our roads. But the reality is it cannot just reside in more police officers, more armored vehicles, more guns. It has to be a very strategic approach that the core of it focuses on human development.
Yes.
dealing with many of our, what I consider glorification of crime. I say that people don't like when I say it, but I tell you, I feel our music has been hijacked by negative elements. And because music is so well regarded in our society, and there's so much money involved in it, we are fearful of speaking about it. But there are elements that glorify violence. Our children are diet of violence in our music, and then we turn around and look at them and say, why are you so violent? When we have normalized a culture of violence, theft, and non-season, and we have to come to terms with that and to celebrate those elements of our culture that are wonderful and glorious, and lift up the human spirit and motivate. Bob Marley was a champion. How global his music went, but yet we struggle with these fundamental concepts of ensuring that we, as a people, focus on giving hope to the next generation and allowing every Jamaican the right to live a life that can realize their true potential.
Yes. Well, boy. Mr. Stewart, we have not left you out, but we just have to turn our attention to that matter. But you heard your colleague, and although it is not your area of representation, I'm sure that some of what he spoke about are the issues that he spoke about are issues that you see in Trinidad and Tobago also. Am I right?
Every single thing he spoke about is similar and akin to what goes on in Trinidad and Tobago. As you know, our crime rate has spiraled over the years, over the last decade. And I'm not the correct person to speak about crime, but as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, watching the landscape, the criminal landscape of it, the violence that is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago, and have spread to the rest of the Caribbean. What has become evident to me, even after our government has spent billions of dollars in terms of mechanisms to try to address crime, billions of dollars every year. Generally, it is the highest allocated budget allocation, that of the Ministry of National Security. And it almost appears the more money they spend on it is the worse it gets.
Wow.
So definitely it is not, and there have been a number of pieces of legislation, including anti-gang legislation. It's a criminal offense to be part of a gang now in Trinidad and Tobago. But it still doesn't seem to work. There have also been attempts to, if they hold you with a firearm, you will be denied bail. Has been back and forth in Parliament, but they have been able to get it passed. But it seems, and when one watches what transpires, it definitely demonstrates the more successful the police become, is the more crime increases. Reason being, when they hold these gentlemen, they place them before the courts, they are awarded bail, they have to find the money to pay the lawyers.
Yes.
So they go back out and commit more crime. And it's almost a never-ending cycle. And then when you watch internationally, which countries who were placed in a similar position as Trinidad and Tobago and even Jamaica with these high crime rates, which countries were actually successful in reducing crime? And everyone is pointing to now the Philippines and El Salvador, where you take that strong arm approach. Some would even say it infringes on some human rights. But there are a lot of people in Trinidad and Tobago who are articulating that if we allow the crime to continue how it is, all of our human rights are being infringed constantly on a daily basis. So they are pushing the agenda that it is best a few persons' human rights circumvented for the greater good of all.
Yes, sir.
Our economy is severely and negatively being impacted by crime, I can tell you.
Yes.
There are few places you could go in Trinidad and Tobago now where they are open past midnight or open past 10 o'clock. That is something strange for us. But now it is a commonplace now. Everywhere is locked up. Everybody's locked up in their homes. And I could sympathize with those persons who are calling for a more robust way of tackling crime, even if it comes at the condemnation sometimes of human rights watch groups and some of these other organizations, because if you watch the CNN documentary on El Salvador, how they dealt with crime, within a year and a half, they got crime under control by that mechanism. And now the same international bodies who condemn them for taking such a strong arm approach are now coming into El Salvador and heaping praises on them and investing heavily in El Salvador. Persons who previously migrated, and even Donald Trump made mention of it in some of his speeches. Even though he did it a little incorrectly, he was saying, they were alluding that there are less migrants coming from El Salvador, so much so that the migration is in the opposite direction now. Persons are leaving America, persons who were born in El Salvador and migrated in those mass waves across the border, and now they are returning because the prosperity of the country is improving dramatically. It is something that I guess we have tried everything in Trinidad and Tobago, from amnesties to state of emergencies to legislation, and as I said, nothing seems to be working. We are a population of 1.3, and we are approaching 500 murders for the year.
Yes. Yeah? Gentlemen, I have to thank you very much. We have run out of time this evening for this program. But I would like to thank both of you very much. This is a weekly program, and I want you to know, put you on notice that you will be called back, because these issues are not issues that we can just discuss in 1 hour. These are issues that affect us and affect us deeply. And as Caribbean people, we have to deal with them, we have to face them, and we have to find solutions. So I want to thank both of you this evening very much. And as I said, expect to be called back to continue these discussions. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
The sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, thin sets and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagleyburg Road. Telephone 923-4560. New budget supplies. Always the best prices.
That's accurate.
Children everlasting, yeah man. Yo, with us, I make them know say yo. The bird Babylon know that. Love for love jam and live your life. You know what? You make them try to get up in a wrong. You never ever. Rastafari, I salute. So much things happening out there in this world today. Coronavirus and so many strains to take a
Another production coming out of the Salsa camp. That's accurate.
Within the process of time, we shall take our place. What shall know? What we need? What we need? The blessing of Jah shall always indeed know. What you breathe? You will bleed. You will bleed. You know don't you listen and then God does need now. What we need? What we need? The blessing of Jah shall always indeed know. What you breathe? You will bleed. Bleed. You know don't you listen and then God does need. It's like we don't free no more. Marking outside but still in a closed door now. Just us one them system up in store. Only get up with the ritual and the drink like they pour now. They telling no one so much more with them. To my office with the homeless sleeping on the floors. Operation of action in no Rastafari up in all doors. What you know? What we need? What we need? The blessing of Jah shall always indeed know. What you breathe? You will bleed. You will bleed. You know don't you listen and then God does need now. What we need? What we need? The blessing of Jah shall always indeed know. What you breathe? You will bleed. Please know don't you listen and then God does need now. From the farm I been up with the chains and the shackles of a rock alive buckle. Skiller than Messi so it can't get travel. Confident with Rastafari victory within the battle. Fulfillment of prophecy of things that go on. Them a try to control the people who but go on. Leave out of Babylon chilling in my tabernacle. Give that thanks and praise for the rest of our days. What we need? What we need? The blessing of Jah shall always indeed know. What you breathe? You will bleed. You will bleed. You know don't you listen and then God does need now. What we need? What we need? The blessing of Jah shall always indeed know. What you breathe? You will bleed. Please know don't you listen and then God does need now. So much things happening out there in this world today. Coronavirus and so many slain to take a life away. There's no way we can do without your love and His grace, yes. Within the process of time, we shall not.
Your blessings. That's accurate. Your blessings. Out of the Salsa camp there.
What you breathe, you will bleed. You will bleed. You know don't you listen and then God does need now. What we need, what we need. The blessing of Jah shall always indeed know.
So we can see that there. And of course, I have one more other salsa artist by the name of Intramony and his album that you're going to hear a lot more about it. It's called Knowledge. Of course, Intramony, the man who do so many things, and you know, which you can. He does his music, he does his craft, so you got to know more about Intramony. When I give you this one today, it's only you.
With our Key Insurance WhatsApp.
Intramony.
It's Intramony. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, baby.
This is Knowledge.
Yeah. It's only you. No one else could make me feel the way you do. No one else. It's only you. No one else could make me feel this way.
You captivate my heart in so many ways. So many ways. It's not about your pretty face or your sexy shape. It's the person from inside I really fall in love with. Her presence I enjoy. I don't want to lose. It's only you.
It's only you. The man himself from St. Thomas in Tremony.
Where you do, no one else. It's only you. And no one else can make me feel this way. The type of love she put on my table is so different. So different. The way she reasons with me when I'm down is magnificent. Magnificent. She put a smile on my face, even when I'm in that place. She is my motivation. It's only you. No one else will make me feel the way you do. It's only you.
I'm gonna take time out to big up my listeners. You know, back in Jacksonville and in New York, Jacksonville. Of course, also from that region. And Toughest and Ulale continue to do the good work with Ghetto Slam Entertainment, of course. And I just want to even reach out to my younger brother Richard, who is there. You know that things just have been recently gone bad down there in Miami, and I'm just wishing everyone speedy recovery down there and hope everything will come back to normal, brother. And of course, Billy, Andrew, just want to just reach out to you as well. Just take care of everything and let everything be as it was before, even though we're going through a storm at this time to restore back things. All right, my family down there in Miami, and of course my friends in New York, and of course I must reach out also to my friends in Philippines. I can just say, Alex, you were doing your thing at First Vital Plus, and of course my special love there, Coney. Just continue to just do the right thing, continue to do your music there. We're looking out for you, and we're going to just feature some of your songs and introduce you to other things in the world of reggae music when it comes to Jamaica, Coney there. So we're looking forward to doing some work with you. And of course, reaching out to Jennifer Barrett. Remember, tonight is a thing at Footprints, Mr. Watkins. I hope everything is okay in that corner when we arrive there. We're expecting to get some good entertainment tonight, both on the stage and on the music. But of course, the man himself, the world ballers, Okito, Michael Cruz, I know everywhere you're going on, you do your thing, and you turn on that voice, people are listening to your Michael Cruz and looking forward for you to do the things too. Still fun. I want you to make the ladies and be some happy girls up there tonight, yes. And Angie, a late change right there. Angie, which we call her asset, she's going to just do an intro right there. You can hear more about Angie. And of course, Boom Bang, we are here with you. I want to just give you the support and everything. I remember our event is coming up on the 28th of October up at Junior Reed, and we're going to give her the full support there. That is Boom Bang, and just see what can be done for her from there. Yes, we're going to take it from there. Yes.
You light up my world. I can see our future clearly. I can be born again.
It's only you. One of the songs from the album Knowledge. Instrument will be here now of the song. We're going to give you one more before the end of this program, because we need so we can run up and
is to build my world around you.
Let's get to something else other than instrument right there. This is something else right there.
devil, so higher than devil. Now, Selsa, you know we smoke until we reach your extraterrestrial level. I did you to the limits. Extraterrestrial my high, extraterrestrial my high. Like you were falling out the sky. Extraterrestrial my high, extraterrestrial my high. Extraterrestrial my high, extraterrestrial my high. We're gonna fly. Extraterrestrial my high, extraterrestrial my high. Listen, I do import, export, exchange loans and show the thing I transport. Sing a switch plan, meet at the airport. Real bad man no run certain joke. I grade alone. Let me brain float. See me higher than the star. Use a telescope. Go catch your out of one tree with a rope. Extraterrestrial my high. Extraterrestrial my high. Like you were falling in the sky. Extraterrestrial my high. Extraterrestrial my high. Extraterrestrial my high. Extraterrestrial my high. We're gonna fly. Extraterrestrial my high. Extraterrestrial my high. Listen, I go take me higher than every gate. Meditate, open this every gate. Chakra, exercise, float and levitate. To another world, they never yet imagine it. Marijuana, she me want for me date. White lady, get eliminated in the heat. Take a puff to the sky and levitate. Ganja wine with cake in a for me plate. Extraterrestrial my high, extraterrestrial my high. Like you were falling in the sky. Extraterrestrial my high, extraterrestrial my high. Extraterrestrial my high, extraterrestrial my high. We're gonna fly. Extraterrestrial my high, extraterrestrial my high. Listen, I grade, import, export, exchange loans and show up the mind at the boat when the thing I transport. Sing a switch plan, meet at the airport. Real bad man no run certain joke. I grade alone. Let me brain float. See me higher than the star. Use a telescope. Go catch your out of one tree with a rope. Extraterrestrial my high, extraterrestrial my high. Like you were falling in the sky. Extraterrestrial my high, extraterrestrial my high. Extraterrestrial my high, extraterrestrial my high. We're gonna fly. Extraterrestrial my high, extraterrestrial my high. To the sky. Let's see above the atmosphere. Let's sky up. I did see today SF-19. Coffee up, 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 coffee up. Can you better? Coffee up, step up in the field. Education at the king, the tree and the ledge. Work smart, step up the us, the believe the day. Them can't stop me, no. Coffee up, step up in the field. Education at the king, the tree and the ledge. Work smart, step up the us, the believe the day. Them can't stop me, no. Nobody has to give me way, when man go for the bread. The trouble with food, I mean that's trouble with next. When I want for the good, when I want to smell it. No say them are friendly, and I wish I'll be dead. Missing off you burn, I'm missing off bloodshed. Never know what's a lie, with that enough surgery. Too much juvenile, end up a 100. Pick up the top some water, for do not go ahead. Go for your post, step up in the field. Education at the king, the tree and the ledge. Work smart, step up the us, double it a day. Them can't stop me, no. Go for your post, step up in the field. Education at the king, the tree and the ledge. Work smart, step up the us, double it a day. Them can't stop me, no. Rise on a cheap, who me up for the ease. Like to get on your bees, a million at the least. Definition of weed.
Yes, as we are about to come to the end of the weekend now, we just want to let the audience know that we have an interview coming up in some matter of weeks. It's of course Ross Accurate live interview right here on Rebel Radio.
Music nice overall, keep the vibes. I'm here to say just can't stop. Ross Accurate there. Yeah, good vibes overall. Sure. Feel the vibe from the music, so still couldn't resist. It make you want to stand out the beat. That's all the instrumental and instrumental beat. Next year show the people let get up in the street. But the pin and man also for the same will treat. All the vibes I don't know that will want that beat.
music.
My fingers to the bone, 7 days a week. It's a cat party and the vibes too sweet. Who say reggae music, they don't lie, they must say. Focus back and lose and find them myself. I do not work around for free. Time I go tell pirate, boycott the culture as well.
Okay. Alright, yes. That's why everybody for expect and know say Ras Accurate will be doing that interview coming up sometime next month live from USA, and you're gonna hear more from him coming out of the Seltzer camp there. Okay. You need to understand that we will continue. I'm going to just take some more music right there, right here on Rebel Radio. I'm going to make you get a listen of the Black African rhythm from Seltzer Music Production.
Seltzer Music Production.
Let's continue on the next segment, so we're going to go continue and go through it right here on the world of sports and entertainment. Go back with that one named Intro Money.
I teach you them the right stuff. Intro Money representing Rebel Radio.
DJ Kingsley, tell them
it's Intro Money. Rebel Radio.
Seltzer Music Production.
Believe in yourself of confidence. Try prevent yourself from accident. Don't stay away from oxygen. Be careful who you call your friend. Don't waste the time, be careful how you spend it. Your heart might be broken, but you can mend it. But mine never walk without envy. So put on the focus when you want take selfie. Life is like a merry-go-round. And karma is a step again, a blood we drown. And time is the master, no matter how it sound. Now this is Rebel Radio, we're born with the ground. Be careful of the stone when you fling. And fence up the little walls there when you sing. When bees bite you, and the honey a sting. The birds happy fall when they lose them doing. Life is not like what it seems. Stay focused and follow your dreams. No matter how hard it seems, stay focused and follow your dreams. Don't get evil, don't get evil. Stay focused and follow your dreams. Don't get the wrong side of life. Believe in yourself of confidence. Try prevent yourself from accidents. Don't stay away from oxygen. Be careful who you call your friend. Don't waste the time, be careful how you spend it. Your heart might be broken, but you can mend it. But mine never walk without envy. So put on the focus when you want take selfie. Just not even your own, not even you to your home, not even sell a lock on. Sometimes it's not stand alone. Well strapped with your chrome, and I protect your one. You have to protect your life. 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 Life is like a merry-go-round. And karma gives a step in another down. And time is the master, no matter how it sound. Don't try this, the king, we're born with the crown. Be careful what you do.
Everybody sale at New Budget Supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, thin sets and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagleyburg Road. Telephone 923-4560. New Budget Supplies. Always the best prices.
David! Grandpa, why you dressed up so? Where you going?
But see ya. Me have business to do down by JPS and I want Stephen to carry me. I want to find out how much me want pay them.
Grandpa, people don't do that again.
What do you mean?
Pops, it's modern days. JPS has efficient IVR.
IVR?
Customer service. They did all over the phone.
We have recognized the number that you are calling from as being attached to account number 301842.
Then how them get me new number? And how them know it's me?
Grandpa, I updated your account with your new number. So when you call JPS, they already know it's you. So them just going to give you your information.
Look where me live, you see.
Grandpa, you don't have to go to JPS for everything.
Thank God for you no young people.
Service stations around. Drive through and buy your phone cards from Cool Biz. Yes, it's easy. No paper, no pin. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshments at the lowest prices. The cleanest restrooms and the smoothest service to make your drive even cooler. From the fastest, coolest service stations, get cool service and cool stuff fast at Cool Oasis service stations island-wide.
of course the earlier production by Mr. Desmond, which as we know is continuing to just do his work, and of course special interest in the program Workers' Time, looking out for workers not only here in Jamaica but others in the Caribbean as well. So on behalf of the production crew at Rebel Radio, I just want to say thanks to my listeners, thanks to everyone there in the region, and but to keep being in touch, and of course my special loved one there, Coney in the Philippines, for keeping us on our monitor, watching us daily during the time of Mr. Richards and me here doing the World of Sports and Entertainment Roundup. And yes, we'll be back here, not really me, but Mr. Richards will be back here on Wednesday to continue to us do his program. I'll be back on Friday to give you what are the latest, what's going to happen in the world of sports and entertainment. And of course, join us tonight at Footprints, at 7 p.m. We're going to start off with the musical juggling with, of course, man himself, DJ Kito, right? And we'll be there with the other artists like Mikey Crucial, Silver Flames, and of course, Silver Flames, Steve Machette, Boom Dawn, and of course Angie. That is my lady Esset with a early drop off, and of course the man himself too, Black Dice. So we'll all be at the Footprints tonight, and it's going to be a musical treat there. And we'll just, it's once they have an invitation, you say, and it's there, it's going to be free for you. And if not, you just have to give a contribution at the entrance there. So I can assure that it's going to be a good thing. I'm looking forward to continue with it on another Monday that is to come to showcase new artists, introduce them to the listening ears and to the public of their talents, etc. So we're going to play the last one again by, of course, the man himself, Toughest Lulali, and another one, right?
I'm Toughest Lulali and Ninja Kid. The thing shot. Better know that.
We don't want no bad mind friend.
We don't want no grudgeful friend. So we are still far from there.
Cause we don't know how we just dead.
We say we don't want no bad mind friend.
We don't want no grudgeful friend.
No, so we are still far from there.
Cause we don't know how we just dead.
Come and watch all me things, come and watch all me things. See me buy a house and I watch all me things. See me buy me big beamer, I watch all me things. See me watch all me things, come and peep all me things. I watch and I peep all me things. No one to hear me shock them, no one to see me blink. No one hear me fly out a man of foreign. No matter what them do, them can't stop me from win. People and I go, them love this Wobia thing. Maybe when them go with this ice sprinkling, I put them just in and the Wobia man ring. Spend $1 million to one still can't win.
We don't want no bad mind friend.
We don't want no grudgeful friend. So we are still far from there.
Cause we don't know how we just dead.
We say we don't want no bad mind friend.
We don't want no grudgeful friend.
So we are still far from there.
Cause we don't know how we just dead. Watch out for the player, eat a friend. Watch out for the Eden them. Watch out for the Obia worker them. Them stab you once they come back again. Them come in your house and I free out your man. All of a sudden want mash up your plan. You say your man want buy you with them band. That them can't understand. You say me no want a grudgeful friend. You say me no want a bad mind friend. You say me no want a Obia worker friend. Go Obia man, then you condemn. We no want no bad mind friend.
We don't want no grudgeful friend. So we are still far from there.
Cause we don't know how we just dead.
We say we don't want no bad mind friend.
We don't want no grudgeful friend.
So we are still far from there.
Yes, as we are about to come to the end of the program, we just looking forward to another blessed day, and we want everyone to take care wherever you are, family and friends, the preservation of life. Okay, we just put the Father first in everything that we do, and wherever we go, a word of prayer. Okay, so we're looking forward to be back here again on Wednesday with the regular program. On Friday we'll be back here also with in the world of sports and entertainment, giving you the latest. So I am your host, DJ Kingsley McCullough, and my engineer, I would just say thanks, it is Bishop, And yes, we here at Rebel Radio want to just thank you for listening us at this time, and we'll be looking forward to giving you more. So take care, and we'll be back here right here on Rebel Radio to giving you what's the latest in our productions.
We don't want to bad minds.
Free up the youth, them minds.